Pereira did all the media. We sort of figured it out, kind of figuring it. Okay, he said in the post-fight interview, hey, I had something planned, but as a result of the news that came out on Friday, heartbreaking, devastating news, Jon Jones' brother, the great Arthur Jones, tremendous football player, Syracuse University, Indianapolis Colts, Baltimore Ravens, shockingly, tragically dying at the age of 39. And obviously we send our best wishes to the family and our heart breaks, because I've had the opportunity to meet him a few times. Just a lovely, lovely guy, and no one really says a bad word about Arthur Jones. Just a lovely guy and a very talented young man. Alex insinuates, hey, I wanted to say something. I had a plan, but because of this news, I just want to take a moment of silence. And everyone actually really respected it, which was another beautiful moment. And here's Jon Jones reacting to it all. But then when he got to the back and did the media, did the press conference, did the podcast and all this stuff, he pretty much laid it out. I want to fight at heavyweight next. I want to fight Jon Jones. I want to fight Jon Jones at the White House. I want super fights. I'm kind of done with this. And I've had some time to digest it, and I want to ask you as well. I love it. I don't know if Jon does. I don't know if this is what Jon wants, but to me, Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira is honestly just as big as Jones versus Aspinall if we're not talking about belts. And I saw Henry Cejudo say, oh, make it for the BMF. Why? Who gives a fuck? It's Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira. You don't need some bullshit title attached to it all. It's a massive fight, and it would be a massive fight anywhere, including the White House, which we found out via the President Trump, earlier today or yesterday, that he said it's going to happen on June 14th, which happens to be his birthday, which happens to also be a Sunday, which is interesting, but we'll have more time to dissect that. What do you think of this idea now? The guy wins the belt. He disposes of Ankalaev. Usually the UFC doesn't like this sort of thing, but maybe they're happy he got rid of Ankalaev, if we're being honest. Do you just do it? Do you give the guy the opportunity, vacate the title, and have Ulberg fight Prochaska for the vacant title?
Look, if you're going to vacate the title, that's a great fight to do. I think that's one that the people get behind straight away. Look, you mentioned there, the UFC don't kind of do this kind of thing. They don't like, a champion moving up a weight class, to do this kind of thing. I think an extra layer is added to this because of how the Jones situation played out with Aspinall. Essentially, at this stage, if they're doing that, they're just giving Jones what he wanted all along. We already know there's some hesitation from Dana White as to putting Jon Jones on this card. He's talked about his lack of reliability and things like this. And just from Aspinall's point of view, who isn't in this equation in terms of what Pereira's pitching here, I can see him being a bit peeved at that as well. Essentially, right, you've dragged my career out for so long waiting for this Jones fight to happen. At that point, Jones said, I actually want to fight Alex Pereira. That was against what Dana White wanted, against what Aspinall wanted. And now essentially you're just going to give it to him. I can see there being some issues there. And I don't think Dana White is over what happened there with Jones and Aspinall.
What do you think, Rick?
It's worth noting, though, that that's consistent, right? Jon has always said, it is the challenge that I want. It's the name. It's the status. That is consistent with what Jon Jones has said.
He asked for this, right? After the Miocic fight.
He wanted this fight.
Yes.
He did not want to fight Tom. Now, I think it has evolved, right? At first, I thought, okay, if you pay him, he'll fight Tom, and that seemed to not be the case, right? So now there's a little more at play there. But he has been pretty consistent. He is looking for the biggest names, the biggest challenges. And I said when we were talking about these fights, a year ago, I was saying that Alex versus Jon is a bigger fight than Jon versus Tom. And you guys were beating the drum for Tom versus Jon. I understood it. This is still a bigger fight. Alex versus Jon is still a bigger fight than Tom versus Jon. And so if this was to be made, it would be great business for the UFC. It'd be a great challenge for Jon Jones. It'd be an opportunity for Alex to really stake his claim in a new division. The one thing is, I also raised this last week. I said, I want Alex to go up to heavyweight, win or lose. You guys both said, or everybody else basically said, Carlos has to get his shot first. Do you still feel that way? Does Carlos have to get a shot at Alex?
I don't think so, Rick. I think
I don't either.
What Yuri did, the Aura battle, as me and Ariel talked about on Saturday. I mean, it was a first round TKO between Yuri and Ulberg in terms of the public opinion, what he did that night. Look at GC's reaction. That is the fan base. Essentially, after watching,
every single fan watching on Saturday had a similar reaction, I would imagine.
All of us. All right.
So then, what's crazy is the finish, but also the 3 minutes leading up to that was like edge of your seat the entire time. Like, can he actually pull this off? It was incredible.
Let me change the question then.
Okay.
Do we need to see Yuri get a third crack before we do?
See, that's what's making this so difficult. like the star power that Yuri has, the emotion that he invokes out of the fans, the everything that comes along with him, the exciting fights that he puts on, you want to see him fight for a title. But the fact that if Alex Pereira stays at 205 and it has to be against Alex Pereira, neither of those fights were particularly competitive. So do we want to see a third one?
Here's the thing. I think it's a pretty easy answer for the UFC.
Okay.
You are entering a new era. You are telling us you're going to make the biggest fight. I mean, it's a little bit funny hearing Dana talk about how big next year is going to be and beyond, and how great the teams are working together, as he's essentially coming off ESPN Air and had told us for the last 7 years how great it was with ESPN, et cetera, et cetera. But that's just how this goes. You are entering this new era. You're going to have shows on broadcast TV. You're killing pay-per-view, but you want people to sign up for Paramount Plus. You make the biggest fights possible. And you start next year after a pretty somewhat ho-hum last couple of years. You start next year with a bang. You make Alberg versus Prochaska for the vacant title. You have Alex move up, and you make Alex versus Jon Jones. And Alex versus Jon Jones is a huge, huge fight because Jon wanted it and Alex wants it. So there should not be any obstacle. If there is a reason for this fight not being made, it's because of the UFC. And now you're going to be viewed once again as the entity that didn't make the big fight. Here you have a chance to course correct a little bit. You have a chance to let people know, like, no, we do make the big fights. We have two superstars that want this fight, and they're both essentially red hot. Jon is coming off a huge win, a huge move up to heavyweight. Alex now got his groove back. Perfect. Aspinall has to win on October 25th. And by the way, this is good for Aspinall's business because he could say, look, Jon came back and didn't fight me. See, he wanted nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
All right, great. But then if Jon wins and if Alex wins, guess who's sitting pretty saying, come on, big boys. Now what are you going to do? Now you're going to duck me again? Because I can assure you Alex wouldn't duck Tom Aspinall. I think he just wants that legacy fight first. And if he beats Jon, I don't think Alex would have an issue fighting Tom. He doesn't strike me as that kind of guy. Now, Jon might be a different beast, but those dudes residing in the heavyweight division is way better for A, the heavyweight division, B, the UFC, and Tom Aspinall. Even if he's not fighting them, it just elevates everything. So let him fight Volkov after that. Let him be the guy that no one wants to fight, but is the king of the whole thing. You know what I mean? So
I'm a little bit unsure of that part because I don't know that Alex wants to fight Tom. If Alex wanted to fight Tom,
what's he going to do?
He could have called out Tom.
Beat
He called
Jon?
out Jon.
No, he wants Jon first, and I get that.
Yeah,
Jon is the legacy fight. But you think he'll beat Jon and walk away?
No. What if he fights at light heavyweight or does something else?
He's going to go back. Nah, Alex ain't that guy.
I
don't believe he's that guy.
I don't feel that there's any certainty around that. That's
way
my
more
only
certainty
concern.
of if he wins, he's fighting Tom, as opposed to if Jon wins, he's fighting Tom.
I don't think
Way
either
more.
is certain.
Way
I don't feel.
Wait,
I
you
don't
gotta
feel
say-
strong on either.
It can't be 50-50.
No, I agree with you. I think Alex is much more likely. Also, if he beats Jon Jones, he has that win in a heavyweight. And now I think he would want to go for that legacy of potentially having 3 division championships.
He could. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not as sure. I'm not saying it's not going to happen.
Comes
and
back
it's
down
not
to
about Alex.
205?
For
Yeah,
what?
He could have.
There's
for
literally
what?
one fight for him at 205,
Jon
and that's
or
Carlos
Tom.
Alberg.
He could have said, "I want
Yeah.
Tom." Tom's name never came out of his mouth, and that's the part that gives me a little bit of hesitation.
I think it's because,
the same way Tom hasn't motivated these guys in that way.
to
And
your
that's-
point, though, Jon Jones is the much bigger fight right now for him.
I agree. I've always thought that.
Tom
No, I know, I'm
himself
saying,
would
to your
say,
point.
I think Tom himself would say, I get it. I get it. All right, you want to fight Tom? You want to fight Jon Jones just like I wanted to fight Jon Jones.
Yeah.
You want to beat Jon just like I did. And ultimately, if
gets
Jon picks Alex, great. But I think then he'll be waiting there. That's all.
He might.
By the way, we're getting closer. It's only 8 months away now.
I was
You know
going
what
to say,
I mean?
is this happening at Casablanca?
Gotta be.
They're saying it's going to be the biggest card ever.
Said for like these two lads
Conor McGregor,
fighting in
Jon
a
Jones,
division
yeah,
that Tom is meant to be the king of, and all of this public interest being in that and not on the champion.
Tom
I
is
think
always the
that's-
odd man out. It's
Yes.
unfortunate, and it's not by any doing of his own.
And this would fortify this, right? Like that would fortify that issue.
It would be another one where it's like Tom is not the big star that everybody wants him to be.
You know why he's the odd man out? Not because he's not a big star. Not because he's like the dude. Not because he's Magomed Ankalaev with the belt. It's because no one wants to fight this guy because he's
I
the
agree
baddest
with you.
man on the planet. And,
think it's
and-
both.
And by the way, you can't deny, I mean, we've witnessed it on our channel. He's popular. You do something with Tom, it gets big numbers. So people aren't apathetic towards him. They just want nothing to do with him. Jon Jones wants nothing to do with Tom Aspinall. He is coming back now to not fight. He has never said once in the comeback, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm coming to fight Tom. I'm coming to fight Tom Aspinall and shut him up. This guy disrespected me. He's never said Tom. He just said I want to fight at the White House. He never said I want to fight Tom Aspinall. Am I wrong?
No, that's right.
So now Alex gave him the lifeline. Great. Now, who know? By the way, worth noting, Jon just lost his brother. Who knows? Maybe he never wants to come back. It's a very possible thing. Like, who knows? And again, awful story. But if that is still the case, if he really does want to fight at the White House, and it could go the opposite way, right? Maybe you could say like, wow, I'm in my prime. I need to go for it. I need to do it for my brother. Who knows? I have no issue with him saying, now that he's not the champion anymore, let me fight Alex, and then we see how the chips fall. And I have no issue with saying right here and now, if Alex beats Jon, I believe he will fight Tom Aspinall. I don't think he'll duck Tom Aspinall. And so all of this is good for Tom, because he could say, look at these guys. They want nothing to do with me. I'm still the man. And bring me your Jalton Almeidas. It wouldn't be the worst thing for Tom Aspinall to have a few quick fights against Almeida, Gane, and Volkov, if they are quick fights. You know what I mean?
I just want to clarify my position, because I think Tom is amazing, and I think he's a huge asset to the UFC. In both these scenarios, he is the one with less leverage. In both the scenarios, he has less leverage than Alex Pereira. He has less leverage than Jon Jones. And so even if Alex is willing to fight Tom, he doesn't have to fight Tom. He is a bigger star, and he would have had a win over Jon Jones. And Tom's the one that needs Alex more than Alex needs Tom in that scenario. So it's not that I don't think Alex is willing to fight Tom. It's that I don't think he needs to fight Tom. Tom needs these guys more than they need him. And that's the unfortunate reality around the heavyweight champ at the moment.
Yeah, but if he wants that third title and make history,
he would have to go there.
Who else
No
is
doubt.
there for Alex after Jon?
yeah.
Because
I would want to see it.
Dude,
And I
if
think
he
should.
fights Jon Jones and beats him,
Yeah.
and then goes and fights Tom and beats him, you have to start talking about him being the greatest ever.
He's the GOAT if he does that.
Period. There's like no discussion anymore.
No, there's no convo if he does that.
So it's right
you
there.
imagine?
He's got a 2-fight plan, and by the way, the money, I can't imagine what it's going to be. This guy was a few Magomed takedowns away on Saturday from like now us talking about him fighting Mingyang Zhang next. You know what I mean? And now he has set himself up for 2 fights in 2026, potentially June and December, where he's on the verge of legit history. It's right there for him. It's literally right there.
The game
Go for
plan
it.
is there, 100%.
And by the way, it's all with House's money too. Dana said on Saturday, my hesitancy is this guy's a middleweight. He's not a middleweight. He's not moving up 3 weight class. He's a 205er who walks around at 240.
I don't think he could physically get back to middleweight at this point.
No.
That's how big he is. What was he, like 231 or something in the cage on Saturday?
Yeah.
This
Like
is perfect.
This guy can fight at heavyweight.
Heavyweight's a division where you don't necessarily also want to be 265 at all times, right? Like Tom is obviously a big heavyweight. Jon is a big heavyweight, but it's not a lot of muscle, right? There's some extra fat on Jon when he fights at
Say it
heavyweight.
now.
How dare
But
Call Jon Jones fat.
we've seen the cruiserweight style, right? Who's the best heavyweight in the world in boxing right now? It's Usyk. It's not Tyson Fury. It's not Anthony Joshua. It's not the big boys. It's not the massive guys. At heavyweight, sometimes you want to be that like leaner, smaller, quicker, more agile fighter that Alex could be. I think Alex would do great at heavyweight, and we have seen him move multiple divisions at kickboxing as well. Like he'd be fine.
Let me tell you something. The UFC has a massive opportunity here, a lifeline to course correct over the last few years, to shed the label that, hey, we don't make the big fights. Let me take it one step further. Francis is sitting right there. You just got all this money. Go and fucking get this guy.
Yes.
Go and get this guy.
Yes.
He's sitting
Do Francis beat Tom?
Yes.
Tom?
He's sitting
Come
right
on.
there.
I
This ain't gonna
predicted this on our prediction show.
He's sitting
I thought
right
it
there.
this year.
Come on,
Next
Dana.
year.
We believe in you, Dana. Go get him. He's right there.
Francis versus
chance.
Tom is so much more intriguing for me than Jon versus Tom.
We're a pig in shit.
That's the one.
Bro,
We would actually be pigs in
We're
shit if
we're
that
we're,
happened.
we're
It's not
looking
happening.
at a scenario. Let's get crazy here. We're looking at a scenario 2026, 10 years after the greatest year in MMA history, Sweet 16, where we're looking at Alex
your book
versus
now.
Jon, Tom versus Francis, which we just kind of came up with now, but let's just stick with me.
rumblings of
The the return of Conor
Hear the
McGregor.
rumblings. Ariel Helwani.
The return of Conor McGregor.
What are we talking?
And oh, by the way, the return of Ronda Rousey, which isn't a crazy thing. I told you this last week. This is a real thing. This is a real thing.
This is it. Oh, baby.
Ellison family, you have just stepped in.
Shit
How many
escalated
happened?
quickly there.
How many
Shit
happened?
escalates very quickly there.
Look at what they're looking at. Oh, by the way, Ilya versus Patty to start the year. I saw some people saying
about
they're
Justin Gaethje.
get out of here. It's right there. Ilya versus Patty is staring you in the face.
Yeah.
Are you out of your mind? With all due respect to Justin, he's staring right at you. Right there. Ilya Patty to start the year. Oh, Kayla versus Amanda Nunes? Like what? Who? Washed? What's washed? It's all right. Guys, it is all right there. If we're sitting here, God willing, December of 2026, and like 60% of these didn't happen, it's an epic failure. They are all right there for the taking.
Even Francis.
News for you.
You
I
think
think
there's
so.
more chance?
Every man has a price, as the great Ted DiBiase once said.
Oh, man.
Call up John Martin. Hey, John, Time Warner. Remember that? Didn't work out. This won't work out unless you take this fat bag of cash. All right?
Francis
Can I ask- can I
definitely
ask-
has a
can I ask-
price.
early. I'll get ahead of
Does
myself.
UFC have one to bring him back? Like how
Can
how does that go about
What do you mean?
happening?
What do you mean?
Dana?
Petey's trying
I
to
don't
calm
think
the
Dana
room
wants to bring
here.
him back.
We've just said a lot of things there.
A lot of things,
Can we break
man.
this down?
Ronda
Can we just
versus
break this
Francis.
Okay, go one by one, Petey. Let's go.
All right. So Francis Ngannou v. Tom Aspinall is
Yeah,
one of them.
yeah.
Right now, quick show of hands. Who thinks that's going to happen?
Can I
My
just
hands
say
are cemented
before,
to the floor.
before I put my hand up, I just want to say this is not coming from like when I say Ronda is a real thing, that's coming from a place of intel. When I say Francis versus Tom, no, that's from a place of hope. I just want to say that.
I predicted it, and I stand by it. It's business. It's math.
It's business.
Tom cannot get the big fight. And as I said, and I continue to say, I love Tom Aspinall. Truly, I am a fan of his. But for one reason or another, Alex and John are more interested in each other than him. That's the reality of his position. He needs to continue to win to make it different. Francis Ngannou is the only name that matters, right? This Cyril Gane fight, I'm not interested in it. I know PT on the crack, you tried to pump it up. You tried to tell me why it's a compelling story. I could not care less because Tom is going to walk through him. And you can put that on wax. Tom is going to walk through Cyril. I'm not compelled by it, and I don't see anybody in the heavyweight division who can give him any problems. I sure want to see him avoid some Francis Ngannou shots. And that's the guy that's left. That's the guy that's floating out there. There are no other guys coming up. The
I'm
heavyweight
giddy with
division
excitement right now.
is barren. It's
I can't
trash.
think of anything else. It's
And
right
if,
there.
If Alex and John are tied up with each other, make that
Which is
fucking
incredible.
call to Francis. Make it.
Well, you got to make it.
What's
to
he
the
got? One
PFL.
fight left, right?
John, hey, how you doing?
It's a fight and a term, and it's a whole complicated thing. But come
Call
on.
him.
Get J&D Associates on the phone. Johnny and Donnie.
Yeah.
Johnny
Talk
and
it out.
Donnie from the
Yeah.
PFL.
Easy
We
work.
all said some things that we regret.
Yeah. Easy work. And while you're at it, can you bring Paul Hughes over too?
We'll take Ditcheva as well.
Yeah.
You guys can have Patchy
You still
back.
want that Ankalaev? Do you still want to do that deal? Dean Thomas had a
Ankalaev,
great
We're,
idea.
we're sending Ankalaev and Patchy Mix for Francis,
Right.
Paul Hughes, and
Who
Dakota
says
Ditch.
no? Who says no?
Don and John say.
Guys, it's right there. It is right there.
Just like the most optimistic 15 minutes of the show.
I know.
Yeah,
I think
I don't-
Connor's
I don't
coming
think
back.
it's happening.
You don't-
Rousey's
wait,
coming back.
GC,
Francis is coming.
GC, when you say you don't think it's happening, which one?
Francis. I don't
Okay.
think Francis
What
is gonna
about
fight
Alex
again in the
versus
UFC.
John?
Yes, I actually do feel somewhat optimistic about that. I do
do
think
too.
it would have to. I feel like it needs to take place at the White House, though. I think that's the for lack of a better term, the Trump card to bring.
Well, I have good
John
news for you.
out of retirement.
The guy named Trump just said it's happening and gave a date. So there is a White House card.
No. Like I think that Jon Jones needs to be fighting on the White House card
Perfect.
to get him out. Yeah.
Perfect. No, because one could say like, oh well, that's never going to happen. The UFC
Yeah.
is never going to have. A show
I
at
was
the
saying that. I was
White
down.
House.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are having a show at the White House, and Jon Jones wants to be on it, and so does Alex Pereira.
What do you
And
think
Alex
the
is
chance
hurt.
that it's you have Connor and Jon Jones fighting on that card?
That feels tough.
Why not?
Certainly you can, but man, you're really giving up.
You're giving up a lot.
significant Gate.
There's no
on-
no pay-per-view anymore, so you're not
I know,
giving up that.
But your
yes, the
premium
gate is.
event, you've now sacrificed one.
It's a big deal. But the
Sacrifice one, but like it's DT 4547's birthday, bro.
100%. 100%. The one thing I'm wondering about though is
It's his birthday?
he said it's his birthday.
June 14th.
June 14th
My birthday's on a Saturday.
is a Sunday. June
Yeah.
14th is a
It's actually
Sunday.
a Sunday.
But that's weird. But kind of cool if there's like a Sunday primetime UFC show.
That would be nuts.
Do we now think this is going to be the International Fight Week thing? Because now it's even earlier than usual. You know what I mean? So the only reason I bring this up is there a chance they're going to do a June 14th and
and a July 4th-ish?
no, not July 4th, but like June 28th. Last year was June 28th, 29th.
How could you?
Who do you headline it with at that point?
Also,
Who knows? I mean, who knows who's going to be available between now and then? But
also the resources that are going to be required for this White House card. Like, how do you turn around in 2 weeks and do something like?
I think it's
that's
possible.
nuts.
Why I bring that up is, can you get to a point where it's like, hey, Alex versus John, it's America versus the world, whatever. And Connor, you're gonna look at the gate you'll get. You go 2 weeks later if you really do want to come back, because
Connor 2 weeks after.
yeah, and he doesn't fight on the White House card, but it's the same month, and now you're back in an arena.
Good luck selling that to Connor, who's been talking about this thing like
I know.
He said it's a done deal. Dana, it's like,
He also said he needs to get 100 million from Donald Trump.
Yeah, there's
And 100 million golden visas or 100 golden visas.
There's a few things, a few flags on the play here.
But like Jon Jones is saying he wants to come back for the White House card. Like Conor McGregor has been going on like a world tour that this is his card and he's negotiating
I'm
with
just saying,
the US
if they
government
have that
directly.
second date in June, which we don't know yet.
That's tough.
We don't know yet.
I feel like it's
know
the
what?
inverse. I feel like you tell Jon Jones and Alex Pereira, can you guys have
I got it. I solved it.
Okay.
You just come back to the White House. You do it on the
Two
first.
shows.
Oh, yeah,
You just do
that
two
makes-
shows
perfect.
at the White House.
No.
You don't even think of that.
No. You have Tom Aspinall, Francis Ngannou headline 2 weeks later.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Not a
at the
bad
White
shout.
House.
Not a bad shout. White House becomes
double
the
White
new
House.
Apex, where they have it every month. It's small. It's intimate. It's easy to pull it off. 700,000 to replace
Keep the cage on the lawn.
If any like two of these things happen, it would be absolutely incredible, and it would be a great sign for the health of MMA.
How big of a deal is Ronda coming back?
It'd be a big deal, dude.
Because I have to be honest, like when we talk about it here and stuff, I don't feel a pop. I don't feel it's like, oh my God, the return. I think she has a lot of work to do to win people over.
But it would hit the casual space.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, what do you do for work? It's like, oh, I work at Cover Combat Sports. Like, oh, remember that Holly Holm head kick on Ronda Rousey? It's like, yeah, dude, that was like 11 years ago. But yeah. I do remember
10
it.
to be exact.
10.
Yeah, I guess. Do you think she has work to do with the MMA fans? She really did turn her back. Like she said, I want nothing to do with you guys.
I
People
think
will tune in.
I think it would be better for her to keep acting the way she was acting.
Yeah.
Just disregard it. Like, she's also Ronda Rousey at the end of the day. Like, we have to just acknowledge that this is just who she is. She's always kind of been that way. And so I don't expect her to come hat in hand and be like, boy, I'm so sorry to the MMA fans and media. F that, by the way. Like, it would be incredible if she just healed off on everybody and was just like, I'm back. And I don't care if you like it or not. I think that'd be the best version of Ronda Rousey.
By the way, she has said.
It's an ability thing. It's an ability issue. Like it feels like when Hoist Gracie came back to fight Matt Hughes in a way, for me. It's like your skill set.
Depending on who she fights, right? Because Hughes was in his prime.
Is there some
yeah.
crazy crusher out there? Like, it's like Amanda and Kayla and then Juliana and then what? Like
Kayla.
Misha Tate.
Probably give her some issues.
But what I'm saying is, like, Ronda could come back against the top 10 of the bantamweight division, and I'm not really, like, too scared for her. Like, I think the skills are going to be fine. There's not a lot here until you get to the championship level.
I think that I get what you're saying about Matt Hughes and Hoist Gracie, but Matt Hughes was like a killer in his prime. But you put Ronda in there against, I don't know, Raquel Pennington. I don't think that would happen. I don't think she gets smoked.
No, that's my point.
Yeah, I don't think
outside
she
of
gets smoked.
Kayla and Amanda and maybe Juliana, like, who are we looking at that we're like, Ronda can't come back?
At this point, we're bringing Ronda back as a setup to a title fight. Like, are you just bringing her back to fight?
And by the way, she
Raquel
won't be on the
Pennington
White
and
House card. She has already said she doesn't want to be on the White House card. So it's not like we're stacking the deck. That would be insane.
Why didn't she want to be on the White House card?
I think she said it herself. She's not interested. I mean,
there you go. International Fight Week sorted then 2 weeks later.
And also another
That's
Good
it,
point.
2 weeks
Good point.
later.
yo,
good point. That's a great freaking point. That's a good.
What's Raquel Pennington doing?
Yeah,
Come on.
that is a great
Contract
point.
Ronda-
I love Rocky, baby.
Misha
Ronda
Tate, by the way,
always-
Misha Tate 3. You wouldn't watch that?
Hell yes.
It's done.
You know?
Sorted.
Yes, I would watch
T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Ronda's always zigged when everybody's agged, and so even this White House card is another thing. I think it would be massive.
Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.